Teddy Atlas is extremely skeptical about Devin Haney going to Australia and pulling out a victory outside of getting a knockout. Interesting. Let's talk.
Push the weight and I'm flex. Live is more than the six. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You ain't run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan, Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. So, let's talk about Teddy Atlas. He believes that basically, outside of a knockout, Devin Haney is up against it. He doesn't have any faith in reference to Haney versus Kambosos. Haney coming out the victor in this, outside of scoring a knockout. Basically, that's what I got from what he was saying. And as you look at this picture up here, you see Jeff Horn, bloody, battered, fighting guess who? None other than Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao. Now, Jeff Horn got the win, but we watched the fight. We watched the fight, didn't we? Did we watch the fight? Now, you think Manny lost that fight? Okay. I just find it strange how, wasn't that Manny's last fight under the Top Rank banner? And it was very clear that Manny was on his way out the door. He was going to do his own thing. And Bob Arum said, hey, all right. Hey, man, you ever fought in Australia? Why was Manny Pacquiao even in Australia to begin with? I mean, he had the support of the Philippines, a lot of Americans. Couldn't go to Vegas, couldn't go to Texas, couldn't come to New York. Why did he go all the way to Australia in the first freaking place? But we watched the fight. Manny lost? Okay, yeah, on paper he lost, but y'all go ahead and watch that fight and get back to me if you didn't watch it. So, like I've been saying, and I'm going to keep saying because people tend to ignore this fact, Devin Haney has given up so much just to do this. He's given up money. He's given up location. And he had to sign a 3-fight deal, which includes 2 fights with this bozo, George Kambosos, and the Lomachenko fight. So, this is what's crazy about the business of boxing. Sometimes you gotta do deals with devils. So here Devin goes again. And now he has to fight Lomachenko. I mean, this is fights that he wanted anyway. So in order to get what he wants, look what he has to sacrifice. Now it's been a few days. I'm not on Twitter, so y'all gonna have to let me know what is Dan Raphael said about this. What are all these boxing geniuses saying about what Devin is giving up to get what he wants? Because I promise you, if Devin was on the other side doing this to George Kambosos, every day they would be talking about, and when I say they, I'm talking about old media. Every day they'd be talking about how unfair this is and how Devin shouldn't be in the position he's in. But here we are. Is anyone talking about how much courage this young man has? No. But Teddy Atlas was very vocal about the robbery in Australia. Come on, we're talking about Top Rank here, man. Y'all know Bob Arum's history. FBI investigated him. He has fixed fights. They have a no black fighter rule. I played it on my show. Salute to Cameron Duncan. He didn't deny it. He talked about the difference between black fighters and white fighters. He sure did. I have the audio. Tune into my show. I play it often. So now here comes Kambosos seemingly out of nowhere. In 1 minute, he says he's going to be a man of his word and give this the true undisputed, and we're going to give the audience what they want. And then he starts behaving like a coward. I don't respect it. There's a lineage of BS that's following all of those other belts. Let's start with Lomachenko. When it was his time to fight Devin, I'm giving you the short version. When it was time for him to fight Devin Haney, what did he do? Another franchise status pops up. He accepts that. Vacates the WBC. Devin fights for it. He gets it. And then they're calling him an email champion. Totally ignoring the person that sent the damn email. Damn near. The bottom line is, when it was Lomachenko's turn to fight Devin Haney, he didn't do it. So then he outsmarts himself. And by the way, really quick with Lomachenko, and you know, war is ugly and everything else, but look, I ain't got nothing to do with what's going on in the Ukraine. I hope everyone is fine, and I hope he makes it out. But one thing doesn't have anything to do with the other. So remain focused, y'all. This ain't no hate. I'm just telling you what happened. If we can talk about when he wins, we're going to talk about when he does some nonsense, like we do every fighter. Okay, when it's time for him to fight Devin, he ducked him. Bottom line. Like it or not. Look it up. There's no way to bend and twist it. He ducked him. He sat on an interview and said, I never asked for the franchise status. Mauricio Sulaiman says, no, in order for you to become franchise, you must request it. Well, Lomachenko, if you didn't ask for it, if Mauricio Sulaiman is lying, which is nothing new, if he's lying, he offered it to you and you accepted it. You devalued. With the assistance of the WBC itself, you devalued the WBC strap and accepted this mythical new status. You didn't care for it. You outsmarted yourself by getting in the ring with Teofimo Lopez, and you lost. I remember saying you losing to Teofimo was for the greater good of boxing, and no sooner than Teofimo gets it, then he starts acting funky. They started calling him franchise. They started calling him undisputed. As soon as the broadcast ended, I said, hold on now, he's not undisputed. Then he starts screaming he's undisputed. Then Mauricio Sulaiman said he's undisputed. And then he was like, wait a minute. The franchise status is not a real belt. I keep saying this. They should have made it a trophy. They should have held a tournament for it. They didn't do that. They made it an actual belt. People are visual. So Tio's running around saying, I'm undisputed. Devin Haney don't want it. And we were over here saying, myself and a lot of other channels were saying, no. This guy don't want to fight Devin. Devin's not on the menu. I've said it dozens of times. And I had a bunch of people coming at me saying, hey, man, no. It's just Devin hasn't done this. Devin hasn't done that. Okay. What do I always say, y'all? Time reveals all truth, and the lie is nothing but the long way to the truth. And what happened? He got in the ring with this fool, Kambosos. And I remember leading up to that fight, I said, look, man, they're disrespecting George. I don't know George. I'm not even going to hold y'all on that. But you know what? They can't even spell his name right on the poster for that fight. Y'all remember I did a video about that? I said, I don't know if George's going to win, but you know what? I'll be rooting for him, and I hope he beats T.O.'s ass. And that's just what he did. He ran into some trouble. I think, the 10th round? Ran into some trouble. But kept his composure, run every other round, and came to his backyard and won. And I congratulated that man. And that's what pisses me off the most about him. Because then after that, he got in there, and he gave Devin his props, and he said, I'm going to be a man of my word, and I'm going to give you what you deserve. And this is the true undisputed. He fist bumped. He gave Bill the fist bump. And I said, finally, we're going to get what we want. And then look, enter Lou DiBella. Then there's Lomachenko and then Ryan Garcia and all this stuff. And then the war breaks out. And then there's no more Lomachenko. And they're trying to pull Lomachenko from the war. Why are we going through all of this with Devin Haney? Over Devin Haney? Y'all say he don't fought nobody, right? So y'all saying he's not that good, right? Why is everyone avoiding this guy? So through all the red tape, George is getting what he wants. Devin is more, I don't care what anyone says, he's more the popular, more known fighter because everyone's avoided him. You included, George. But you're getting the bigger end of the pot. You're getting the 2 fights at home. And Devin had to sign with Top Rank for them to push the fight. And he got to fight Lomachenko. And in my opinion, in a perfect world, I don't think he should fight Lomachenko anymore because he ducked him. You stick it to me, I'm going to stick it to you. But whatever, Devin wants that fight. Devin has to go above and beyond. to prove who he is. And we're in a society where no one even wants to give this kid a chance. Look what he has to do. Where are you American writers talking about how brave this young man is, this young king, the American fighter? I'll say it again, the American fighter. Where's American media sticking up for Devin Haney other than us? Other than us. You got Dan Raphael taking sneak shots. Y'all read the tweets. There is no fight. The only people that think there is a fight is Team Haney, and there isn't any. They signed the fight. Oh, congratulations for Devin getting the fight. But if the only fights only happened because Lomachenko said he's staying in the war, and they know it. Why do you have to say that? You wonder why we take shots at guys like Dan Raphael. He didn't want the fight. They don't want to see this young man shine. That's the point. So now, Teddy Atlas says he has no faith in them doing the right thing in Australia. I agree with him, and I've given Teddy has pissed me off plenty of times. Look right here. Right here. Teddy, I'll never let this go. I made this meme as soon as you did it. I remember this? You told Bud and Andre. This was when Andre was still active. And I forgot who Bud beat. This was on ESPN. Right after Bud scored a knockout, I believe. Told Bud and Andre Ward straight to his face. I think Lomachenko's #1 pound for pound. I don't even know how Lomachenko came up. But what you see on the screen is 2 undefeated black fighters. Now I know I've given Bud a hard time. But at this point, he's undefeated. He's undefeated now. He was undefeated then. Andre Ward, undefeated then. Teddy Atlas stood right there and told them that a man that lost to Orlando Salido in his second pro fight was better than them pound for pound. So I put that, Bud and Ward says, how much they paying you to say that, Ish, Teddy? So, Teddy, you're not going to live that down, but I'm not going to say you don't know boxing. The fact that you know boxing and you told these 2 black fighters to their face this makes me question a bit of your integrity. Was that you talking or ESPN talking? But in this instance, I agree with you. I don't like the fact that Devin got to go down there. But this all the more reason why we need to ride or die with this kid, man. And I can call him kid because it's coming from a place of love. What up, son? What up, kid? But when George Kambosos referred to him as kid and boy, it comes from a place of disrespect. And I don't know where this is coming from because he wasn't like this not but a month ago. I don't know where this is coming from. George, what pisses me off is that I was out here, I was rooting for you. I did videos, I was rooting for you, and I said things like, yo, George, beating Teofimo Lopez is for the greater good of boxing. Undisputed. Then you start acting like a maniac. Lou DiBella start putting a battery in your back. Okay, stand on everything you say. But I agree with Teddy Atlas. I don't trust this thing in Australia at all. But I do have faith that this is going to turn out right for Devin the Dream Haney. You remember what they did to Manny Pacquiao. Y'all know I'm not a Manny Pacquiao guy. This is another guy that doesn't need my help in promoting himself. But I'm not going to deny his place in history in boxing. I'm not going to go that far. But in my opinion, I watched that fight. And I'm not a Manny Pacquiao guy. You know, I just said, hey, man. What I did say was, yo, here's Bob. That's what I said. Here's Bob. Here we go. Here's Bob right here. Last fight, Top Rank. He went to Australia, lost. Last fight with Top Rank, he lost. Okay. All right. See? That's what I said. Meaning, Manny didn't really lose that fight. But y'all believe what y'all want to believe. But I agree with Teddy. The fix is in. The cards is already done. They got George winning unanimous decision. And one of those is a 10-8 round. Devin has to go in there and put the beats on this dude and drop him and hurt him. because I believe Devin is the better fighter. I believe he's the better man. And shout out to him for how he conducted himself on ESPN. George, you look stupid. Who did you think he was? What game did you think he was running when you said, when you reiterated how Team Haney said, we'll take whatever Lomachenko takes. We'll take whatever Lomachenko takes. Exactly. He said that. We will take whatever Lomachenko takes. And what did you do? There was nowhere for you to go because you tried so hard. This young man is taking short money. He's given up location 2 times and got a date with Lomachenko. Like I said before, he's not in prison with you. You're in prison with Devin Haney. I would wish you luck, but I'd be lying if I was rooting for you. I ain't doing that no more. Trill Bill, Devin, we got your back. All you got to do is watch your front. Let's go. Bronx on deck.
Move!